Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the podcast. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to preface this one as purely speculative, but I don't do price predictions because nobody knows. If they knew, they wouldn't tell you anyway because it's probably illegal. It's purely speculative because I try to find the light in the darkest of days. You might not know it to look at me, but I am a very upbeat person, and I do my very best to find the positive in any situation or any event. There's always some good somewhere. You just have to turn over a lot of rocks to find it. Day 11 of Flexmas brought us Filecoin. Now, I was understandably confused. Of all the coins there are, the ones added lately, with the exception of maybe Shiba, are the ones that I would be least likely to ever spend. They're utility tokens. They're investments. One does not spend their investments. That's not why you bought them to begin with. You didn't buy them so that you could turn them into something else, unless that something else is more money. I didn't purchase Filecoin to spend it on donuts. I guess that's what I'm getting at. I bought it because I see value in the product and expect my investment to grow. Now, we can get into the weeds talking about why it is okay to spend Filecoin and repurchase it with the money I would have spent on whatever I use the Filecoin on. But you know what? It's a circular firing squad, and it doesn't really get to the root of anything. It's just academic fluff and a way to kill the time until better things are announced, I guess. I was confused about why they continue to add coins that people are not going to spend unless they're doing it to make a video and post it on the AMP Reddit. Now, here's the deeply speculative part of the video, and it comes around to something I forgot about. Flexa, even though I have talked it up for almost a year now. Flexa is asset agnostic. It's in their white paper. Anything in and anything out. It's the anything out that I wasn't considering when I'm seeing all these announcements. As a consumer, I would not spend my Filecoin. I wouldn't spend my Scale. I wouldn't spend my BAT. I will spend my stablecoins because that is sort of what they're for, currency. And you know what? I would be very inclined to spend my Doge and Shiba because, again, currency. But utility tokens would just be an absolute no-go for me. But as a merchant, I would happily accept utility tokens as a form of payment. Now, that's the part I forgot. The anything out portion of the asset agnostic pay rail. Before Flexa can achieve the anything out, they have to add the anything to the network. I've been looking at this wrong because I've been looking at it from a consumer point of view. From a business point of view, would I be willing to accept an appreciating asset for my goods and services? Yes. Yes, I would. Now, I understand that businesses need cash to function. That's what they do. They have expenses. We all have expenses. But the object of the business is to be profitable, or at least it should be. And what better place to put those profits for a forward-thinking business than crypto? There are enough places in the DeFi to borrow cash against your crypto that they could literally fund themselves by borrowing against the assets they receive as payment, appreciating assets. It's a dangerous game. I think that goes without saying. Based on the volatility of crypto, it would be a dangerous game. Markets crash and crypto markets crash more often. But it could be done. And it could be done through Flexa because anything in and anything out, even Filecoin. The idea of Flexa from a merchant's perspective is to make it appealing to the merchant. Give them a reason to use it. Incentivize them. Lower fees are great. All right, they are. 1% on Flexa versus whatever anyone else charges, which averages around 3%. But merchants have learned to deal with this by rolling the processing cost into the product. They don't pay it. You pay it. With every purchase, the cost of the payment processing is on you. But being able to receive the payment of their choice, including utility tokens, that has to be interested, and I can't help but imagine it has forward-thinking merchants interested in it as well. I understand that this is pretty wild, even for us. We are definitely down the rabbit hole on this one, but I'm trying to rationalize adding tokens that even the most devout would never use to buy movie tickets. And I cannot wrap my head around it from the anything in standpoint. But from the anything out standpoint, it's starting to make sense. I'm not saying I'm correct. This is just conjecture on my part, but it is plausible. That's all we're trying to do here. So thank you so much for joining me on Mr. Scott's wild ride of the anything out portion. And if you know that reference, you're at the right channel. We try and stay off the beaten path, and this is way off it. I mean, even for us, this is way, way off it. But I have such a good time entertaining these that I couldn't pass on this one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, man, until next time, please stay safe and please be smart with your money. That's it. Cheers.